Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and next on the list is a stamp set called Birthday Cheer, and it's this one. Love it. And well, I'll show you inside. It cuts 3 cakes out and a singular cake as well. It's a large parcel, but the die cuts out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parcels, and we're going to be using this one. I've got my stamps mounted. Love these. Please, whatever you do, do not press these in hard because they are awful to get out. You've got to get under the label as well. They're brilliant on your stamps, but look, they can damage, and if you try and pull the sticker off the back, you will tear all that sponge. So literally just put them in your case. Literally, I've just put it in a case. Don't press it down. And the same with these. Just gently put them in. The worst thing you can do is press them down, because if that label decides to stick, oh well, that's one side out. They're a demon to get off. I've had a couple of them start to come off, and they've started to rip the back of the sponge as well, so please be careful. I might not add them from now on, I don't know, but yeah, they are extremely sticky. So just place them in there. You just saw how light I put that down, and I haven't touched them, but they're not coming off, trust me. So be careful with those. So we're going to be using this die. Put that to one side. I'm going to show you my card first. I think it's really quite sweet, and it's this one. It doesn't cut out those pieces. Well, it does cut them pieces out, but you've got nothing at the back. So if you're going to do what I've done, it's best to do it with black on your white. I've just got cheap white card for the inside because it's only for me to scribble a message on. Your pieces are, I've got gorgeous grape, which is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. We'll fold and score this in half. This is glimmer paper that was sent to me off my beautiful friend Cinder's. And this is 1/2 inch by 6. We'll cut off the excess. This is for the inside of the card. This is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. And these two pieces are exactly the same as well. Well, all three are. They are 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. They're all the same size basically. One for the inside, one for the front, and one to die cut our presents out. But you will need a fair distance on here. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put this about there on my card, and we'll trim off the rest. We're just going to cut it down into a diagonal. I'll just run this through the Big Shot and I'll be back in 2 seconds. I will need a piece of die release paper as well for this. So I'm going to grab my scissors and cut myself a slice, as they say. I'll be back. I'm dropping everything here. Sorry girls, made myself jump. My gorgeous Mr. Boyce has just fetched me up a gorgeous cup of coffee. So I've just had a swig of that as well. So I'm leaving about 1/2 inch to about 5 8 7 inch up my card. I'll show you as I come back now, because I will be cutting it off as well. And I'm just going to go through all the way there, and then I'm coming backwards on myself just to run it through twice. Whoops, and I've just got a few bits to gather off the machine, because the release paper, it leaves all of it on, well, most of it on your turn around. There we are. So I've got a few bits. I'm just going to pop that to one side. I think that's really pretty. So I'm removing my die. There's only left a couple in there. It's not too bad at all. I think it's really cute. I think anyone sending these cards to friends are going to have a blast. Let me move my white bits out the way and my purple. That's better. So it did cut it right through for me. Oops, look at all these bits. And they just bounce right out. So here, oops, got a few danglers. Just collect up my bits. Right, put my pokey tool down for a second, grabbing my scissors, and I'm just going to trim up to that snip and remove that section. Now that's the bit we're going to use. Still got some left on there. That makes a lovely outfit. The shape out, so let's get, oh, I can see one more. Just there, pokey tool. Now, for me to turn this over and add bits of card in here, it's because they're so close together, look. And there, that present goes into that one. So I was trying to suss it out earlier. The best way for me to do it was attach this to my card at the bottom, because it's the same width. And you can trim off any excess anyway, even if it just go over slightly. But you want that right the way to the bottom. So I'm going to glue that down now. First of all though, I'm going to do a bit of stamping. I'm going to fetch in my gorgeous grape. And I'm going to stamp that time for a spectacular celebration. I'm going to do that right here in this top corner. I mounted my stamp earlier, so I know where I want it. Just a perfect, beautifully. Ta-da! Isn't that lovely? And the clean off, lovely, off these stamps. The red rubber ones. Oh, no staining with these. So that's that one. I'm going to fetch myself a small piece of cardstocking, for you deserve it. I've got to keep an eye on my battery. I think it's just about to go, so... Oh, that one's a little bit thinner than that one, but doesn't matter. I'm just using up my scraps. And then we've got this confetti with little shapes on. I'll show you that now. So I need to just have a rough idea of where this is going. And this is a cheat's way. And I love it. So it's just like a little party going on in there. Up the top. No, I'm not going to do that last corner. Yeah, go on. Sod it. We'll put that one up there. And we even have a little bit up there. How's that? Yay! No two cards are ever the same. So that's my stamping done. Oh no, it's not. I tell you I'm going to fetch in the inside of my card. And I'm just going to stamp this all the way across the top. Just to add a bit of decoration. Perfect. Now I can pop my ink away. Oops, I can get myself, I'll try and get myself a little bit comfy. So we're going to take our cardstock and just fold it in half. Grab my bone folder, get a good burnish, I like to do it both sides. It keeps my card relatively flat, and that's quite good, that is actually. I'm going to grab my tape runner. And I'm just going to add my inner card. There we go. Because we'll be writing our message this way. And for this, I'm going to use glue. I've got to keep an eye on this battery because it's running really low. So I'm just going to add my glue. The good thing about this one, I can just add dots. I'm not squeezing hard. I'm just making sure my bow get little dots on them. These little tails. Now I'm going to add this at the bottom. All the way to the end. Push that down. I had a little bit of wiggle space there. And then just pop them into place. It does dry clear and it's non-sticky, but it's just me. I am so fussy. There we go. There we have it. Our card is in its spot. So what I'm going to do now is to get them, I'm going to use my blends because I can't add little bits of paper to the back because it's too fiddly. We're going to attach this piece along the bottom, just give it a little edge, and we'll trim off the excess, but we can do that in a moment. I'm going to start with my blends. I'm going to swap up the colours. This is my dark Highland Heather, and because I'm using black cardstock, you can't see that I've basically just coloured it. It looks like I've added individual papers underneath. So I'm keeping an eye on my screen. I'm just going over it a couple of times, nothing major, just to get a nice, rich, smooth, flawless finish. If you were doing this with any other colour cardstock, see, you can see your blends through it, and it's not recommended. So I'm going to, what am I going to do now on this one? Individual squares. And again, I can get all the way onto the corners. Isn't that fabulous? I'm going to fetch in some pineapple punch. I'm just doing every other dot. I love this. I'm loving colouring. I'm loving being able to put the backings on those pieces of paper without having to sit and do individual tiny little pieces. Just keeping an eye on my battery because it's starting to get low. But you know, do I add a piece of paper behind there just to get a bit of colour? And you can just cut it out of black cardstock. And you can't see any of the... I'm going to have this present in red as well. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And so quick and less fiddly. bright and vibrant, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to use my Balmy Blue, the dark. I mean, you could judge these now. You could do boy colours, you could do all blues and greens for a boy, and then switch them up, do pinks, purples for a girl. Entirely up to you. The cupcakes as well, I would do exactly the same way. I picked the wrong pen up. Oh, ting, come in. My blends are stacked above my desk. I mean, there's no way I could get all them little bits of paper behind there to do this. Perfect, isn't that brilliant? Now there's a little quick cheat for you. What I did then, like I do with most outlines, I just go around everything with my pale Pool Party and colour the outside, and I even went on the insides of the bows just so it added to the background. And took up off a bit more of that white, so it's less white in the background. There we go. How sweet is that? So I can attach this now to my card. Just realised I could see a little bit of white there, so what I'm going to do is grab my, my dark, I don't have the black one. So I'm going to add just to the edge of where the black is. There's a little overhang there, that's brilliant. And then I'm just going to colour that in at the bottom. Perfect. And I'm going to use glue again for this one. I want to make sure I've got it in the right place. I need to add this first, so I can trim it off before I add it to my card base. And I'm not going to glue all the way to the very edge because I know I'm going to be cutting some off. Just add a bit of glitz. I wanted to do it behind the presents with it, but because of all those fiddly bits, there's no way. So I thought I'd add a strip at the bottom instead, which is there, and then I can add it to my card. Perfect. And it looks like you spent hours doing your project when you haven't. You do get a little shed of that glitter, but nowhere near as much as you would as when you're using Stampin' Up ones. Oh, they are wicked. So I'm going to grab my scissors, grab my baker's twine, and I think this is very vanilla. I'm just going to make a tiny little bow, she says, with massive tails. Just going to pull that through a sec. The only thing is it twists, so I'm just going to put my finger inside and pull. And the same with this side. And then I can nip off the ends. And that's the only bit of waste I get then, that tiny little bit. And where's my You Deserve It? This hair. Just going to pennant the ends. perfect. I'm going to grab a dimensional. I'm going to get a smaller one. Oh, they've gone. I can't find them. They were hiding in between there. So I've got a little strip here. I'm just going to pull that off at the back and attach them. And I'm just going to have this across here, coming up as if it looks like it's tied to one of the presents. Splodge of glue. And then I can attach my cute little bow. So it looks like it's been attached to the present. Try and untangle them. Just keep them. They're twisting. I don't know. Don't twist, please. Oh, why does it do that? Oh, look at it. As soon as I'm letting go, it's twisting back round. And grab some rhinestones. And you can just add these anywhere and everywhere you want. Add a bit of bling. If it was a boy, I would add stars. Yeah, this one is more girlish for me, I think. While I'm popping these on, if my battery goes, I do apologise. I would love a thumbs up and a share. I do post videos every day, so if you'd like to see more of my videos, please press the subscribe button and the little bell. I do post, like I'm saying, every single day, so come back and see what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I hope you've enjoyed this card. I've had loads of fun, and I'm doing all my new stamp sets in alphabetical order, so I can, and I may even backtrack on a few. I might add a few others to others and just keep them going. I'm going to add on to that lovely little bow there, and I'm going to leave it at that. Hooray, my battery didn't go off. It's just about to though, so I'm going to say goodbye. Love you all. Bye.